Cut the music. Cut the music. Oh boy. Good evening there, folks. It is the time of the week. Everyone releases another Hangout. Who would have thunk it? Big show today. Big show. We got a lot of things we got to get through. One of them being the election. Kyle and his scandal of quotes have been released. Sorry, folks. I have a bit of a fluish feeling. It's weird. It's not the flu. I just have a very bad throat, and I think it's getting to my nose. So maybe it's the start of the flu. I'm still trucking forward like any good Hangout guy would, and tons of topics today. Unlike the Kyle Brachetto channel, HangoutGuy Kyle channel. That's a new shit. That should just be a new saying. But yes, a lot of guests will be had. A lot of topics will be discussed. The election, Kyle's quote scandal, Jack Lewis's opinion on immigration, and the silence from Dewey. It's still looming. We're gonna all talk about it with a bunch of all-star guests that I can somehow muster up, if I can, just like I've been mustering up phlegm. Yes, it's been a shocker, folks. When I first started this broadcast, it was actually on my main channel, the Sean Walker channel. So there was a bit of a confusion there. Just writing messages to the guests that I sent the original link to and sending them to the right one. Oh no, I don't want to search it in Yahoo. I want to copy it. You fool. And good old James Buck. I have not sent the link to him yet. I will get on and talk to all the 2 viewers that are watching. I'm surprised I got that many viewers so quickly. Sorry, folks. This is just some management work that I've been trying to get to. Oh, good old Mr. McCoy. How you doing there, focal man?
Fine, man. How's it going, sir?
I have a very bad sore throat, and but I'm still trucking forward. You know, I'm still marching on.
Right, man.
Unlike the Kyle Brachetto HangoutGuy Kyle channel.
Yeah.
But we're not going to get too much into that. Big show, as I was saying before. Got a lot of topics to get through. Sending the link to a few people. I started this on my other channel. God damn it, I'm on the wrong Hangout. Gosh darn it, hootin' tootin'. It's a mess today. It's the morning. I blame it on the morning. That's all I can say. Boring ass Hangout. You're a boring ass, Matthew Lee.
Yeah, of all of Matthew Lees in the world, you're the most boring out of all of them. How's that?
Yeah, take that, motherfucker.
Hello, Wolfpack Nation. How's everybody doing?
We are doing great. Jack, have you managed to look at the campaign video that I've just released?
Can you hear me? Hello.
We can indeed, Jack.
Yes.
No, I have not yet seen the video that I assume that you have posted. I saw Jack Lewis's video where he got an official endorsement from Smokey Dog. Now that was huge.
I was asked to rebuttal that, and my rebuttal to the endorsement of Smokey Dog is that Smokey Dog is a bald faggot.
Let's real quick examining what's transpired so far. Kyle Brachetto, while he did not get the endorsement of, he did in a way, but he got his show endorsed. He didn't get his election endorsed.
Yeah.
From Hugo Ferreira.
Yes.
You got Jack Lewis got his endorsed by Smokey Dog.
Yeah.
Which I think that you're giving him a bit too much. You're putting more emphasis on him than most people would, but he's a thing, so let's just say he's important.
Yeah.
Has Sean Walker gotten any official endorsements from any celebrity? Also, Jack Lewis also got the endorsement, and this may or may not be me, from Kevin, TV star of Ed, Ed Nutty. That may or may not be a stock account of mine, but he still got that star's endorsement.
Well, as of right now, I am working on getting endorsements because I'm trying to appeal to all crowds and alike. And I definitely do have the endorsement of someone that you will see in a very long time. He was very well known in the YWC. I might be able to even get him on a hangout, and that Jack Lewis has not done no hangouts.
Well, he has done a few, but those were about a year ago.
Exactly. He's an old timer in this game.
He does them very seldomly.
Exactly. And do you want that in the hangout guy? I don't know. Anyway, that's a different topic for a different day.
Well, I'll have you know, I have already voted for Jack Lewis. I am an advisor to the Lewis campaign, and I must say that while he does do hangouts very seldomly, I can also say hangouts are of the utmost quality, and I consider myself an official fan of the Lewis campaign and of Jack Lewis and of Hangout Guy Jack.
If there is one thing I will say about the Jack Lewis campaign, he's got endorsements. I enjoy that. He is very, very well done in his hangouts. I enjoy his hangouts. I like him more of a candidate than Kyle Bruschetto. As if you watch my video, you'll see all the scandals, all the exposure that I just laid out for Kyle Bruschetto. I'm going to be waiting for some rebuttals. I mean, for one of them, he already has rebutted with I brought up the snowman situation again.
I would say Kyle's been the laziest hangout of the three. And yes, there is only three, the Jewies and the Brandons and Zubairs and anybody else you are not running. This is not an official policy that has been laid down, as there has been no official vote. But I personally would like to limit it to 3 candidates because because the amount of work that the voters, that the vote counters have to do on one candidate. If there was just one candidate running, counting those votes would be horrible. Were just 2 candidates running, counting those votes would be horrible. Just the amount of them, I'm saying.
Indeed.
But three plus candidates, it's ridiculous, and I'm at that burden has been ascribed to me and only me. So I'm trying to keep a clear head. And the thing is, though, you want the utmost quality of people, disregarding the workload that I will have to dedicate myself to. You want the utmost quality of individuals running for this office, and I don't think you can have that with 10 people. Because there's always going to be a weak link, and the closest thing to a weak link I see currently in this Hangout Guy running is Kyle Bruschetto.
And it's a shocker because everyone thought he'd be a big dog in this election, but he has just become a how should I say this? Lazy. I'm just gonna go with lazy, lack of a better term.
I agree. I mean, the Hangouts. They've been seldom, not as seldom as maybe the Lewis campaign, but seldom certainly. Yeah. There have been no promotional videos the last time that I've checked.
No.
He doesn't even mention the campaign. I mean, once again, I'm sorry, I don't mean to bring up the Lewis campaign and only focus on him.
Of course.
But I see him posting about it 24/7, talking about new developments, talking about official hashtags, talking, silencing the critics of sorts, really trying to keep active on social media to really get the best understanding of his voter base, of his potential voter base. And I just don't see Kyle putting in that effort, unfortunately.
Exactly.
I wish somebody would whip him into shape and really throw some water on him and say to him, listen, if you want to win this thing, you have to be dedicated.
It truly is a character evidence, of just how lazy and how very non-seriously, for lack of a better term, that he is taking this election. It's quite outrageous because you see Jack Lewis and we're putting in the hours, we're putting in videos, we're trying to build our campaign forward, and he just doesn't give it the time of day.
I think that he's resting on the coattails of Hugo, and I think that he's just resting on his laurels, so to speak. I think in his mind he's saying, I've been doing this the longest. I've put out the most hangouts of anybody, although he's not doing many now, but he has. And I think that he thinks that he's built up such a fan base that no matter what he does, he could literally do anything that he would win. And so I think that he's just decided that he's not going to put in the time or the effort throughout the campaign, and he's just going to let you guys tire yourselves out, and it'll be for nothing. But I don't think that's going to be the way this thing goes. I think that one good video from the Lewis campaign, or from the Sean campaign even, could be a game changer. And,
exactly.
in a race where you're going to have multiple videos, where you're going to have multiple debates, where you're going to have multiple potential game-changing events, both set up and both not, because there's scandals in every race.
Yeah.
It's just insane. I don't think any candidate can do that, regardless of their beginning popularity, because when you have 6 months to go, I don't know if it's possible.
And speaking of Kyle Bruschetto, it's fair that we talk about the elects, as this is an election Hangle, Hangout Guy election Hangle. Kyle Bruschetto. This is brought up by a news source that I'm very fond of. With Kyle Bruschetto being quoted saying, "White power, hail victory, hail the United States of America, and hail the white race. The Ku Klux Klan will rise again, heights unseen, and will deport all of the freeloading N-words, communists, Jews, and blacks back to the jungles their ancestors crawled out of." Is that really behavior indicative of who you'd want to vote for as a Hangout Guy? I don't know. That's a bit.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming you got that quote from a very reliable source.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, I mean, far be it from me to speculate as to where you got that. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming all the big outlets have been reporting on it, though. One would think, right?
Yeah. I mean, they have been. Just give me a moment. Sorry. Just speak on more on this, please. Thank you.
Well, I mean, I would say, listen, regardless of the politics one subscribes to and the political theories and all that, I would say that if Kyle Bruschetto did say those things, I don't think it's the most popular thing to say, and I certainly think that it could be damning for his hangouts. But that's not to say that maybe there are some people who also subscribe to those theories and those beliefs as well, and they're really going to prop him up, and maybe that'll win him some votes. I doubt it, but it could happen. There's no doubt about it. It could happen. We're going to try and get some other people in here. We're going to actually send the link to Jack J. Lewis, head of the Lewis campaign. As you all know, we're going to send it to him. Hangout Guy candidate. We got Barbecue Sauce. He's going to get the link. I'm assuming Sean Walker is okay with this as he's been okay with this in every Hangout prior. So I will send it to Kyle Bruschetto. Kyle now has the link. Jack Destruction. Starcrafty is on. He will now be presented with the link. All right, I would say that's all the regulars, and they all have the links. So, if they're going to come on, then they're going to come on, and I'm assuming they've got a lot to say. I mean, then keep in mind, this is a fiery election. We have scandals breaking left and right. So to say that these people wouldn't have anything to say is ludicrous, I think, because everybody's got an opinion on the Hangout Guy election. Everybody wants to stay up to date, in the know, and informed with the latest and greatest developments in this election. So we're going to hear from all the latest and greatest faces in this community, from the people at the top and from the people at the bottom, from the people who have 1,000 subs, from the people who have 1 sub. We're going to hear it all. It's all going to be featured. It's all going to be in your face, and it's going to be big.
It most certainly is. Thank you, Jack, for covering me during that time of emergency. Great Hangout Guy emergency. Okay, so we're looking at the chat. Excuse me. Brandon Campbell, how do you feel about Smokey the Bear? I respect all bears, as bears' lives matter. And as you can see, Gooby is one of my moderators. So you can tell I have a very high utmost respect of bears.
But, I don't think that's a title that Kyle really believes in. I think that he's just fronting it as a political tactic. Because if you look at his track record when wanting the bear community to actually have a representative in the YWC, he hasn't been in favor of it at all. His only bear moderator, in fact, the only bear in the community, what has he done? He's taken his mods away time and time again. The bear's best associate, the bear being Gooby. Gooby's best associate, and some would say his best friend, certainly his the closest thing in rank to him. He works with them all the time. The snowman, he always demonizes him, puts him in timeout. And overall, I mean, I don't think that's indicative of somebody who really cares about the bear community when you're putting the representatives and the people who work closest with the bear community, with the representatives of the bear community, to shame. I don't think that's right. Hello, Kyle.
All right, I came on here. Normally, I'd probably say I can't make this, but I feel like I have no choice but to make it.
Oh,
because that fucking just post on
Kyle,
Facebook that I book
Kyle,
this guy is. This guy's
cutting
a
out.
piece of shit. It's
Kyle.
pathetic. It's really horrible.
Carl, you need to sit in the chair. You were cutting out through that whole speech, and I'm sure it was very captivating.
Kyle, there have been some leaks recently that Hangout Guy Sean just exposed. I don't know if he exposed them in his latest video, as I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I have exposed him in my latest video of things of the past that is to build this character evidence of why you shouldn't vote for him as Hangout Guy and vote for me instead. But Kyle, go on. Sorry, because I think you might have a better connection now.
Here's the thing, you say all this, yet who has the most people from this community on my Hangout Guy? Who got a celebrity?
Kyle, we spoke on that earlier, though. We threw that around the court, so to speak, and the conclusion that I believe Sean, and as I don't mean to misrepresent him, came to is you can't rest on your laurels. You could have thousands of people backing you, but one good video, one big scandal, one great speech could come out, one great lecture, one great debate could come out from anybody involved in this race, whether it be the candidates themselves, the advisors, the campaign managers such as Miles Shackelford. Anybody of those people could drop something that's just so massive to the point where it disrupts the whole race, and it could just turn everything topsy-turvy. And I don't mean to be offensive here, but I just have to say this: it may not end with a Hangout Guy Kyle victory.
And just having a look at this, I mean, if there's any more evidence that you could build on that, just things of the past, look at the election that happened then. Everyone thought it was a Hillary victory, or the majority thought it was, oh, okay, Hillary's got this. But then look, Trump takes it out of the bag with a big scandal.
I'd like to point out, Kyle's talking about resting on his laurels for 6 months. Hillary Clinton is rumored to have rested on her laurels for the last couple months of a year and a half long election.
I'm going to say this. Before we go any further, I knew Trump was going to win this whole time.
I mean, I can't say that you know that. You may have speculated it, but...
No, I could just tell. Just, I don't know. Just he stood out to me.
Whenever Hangout Guy Sean comes back, I would like to get Kyle's opinions, thoughts, and critiques on potential scandal brewing.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So Kyle,
Guy Sean brought it to me.
We're gonna load this up right now. Just give me a moment. Sorry, I need to get the photo back up again.
All right, the snowman did not commit a suicide, so he's all right.
I mean, he was very close to. I mean, it's someone. It's pretty much the equivalent to if I was in your hangout and I slit my wrist. Sure, I didn't die, but I was very close.
Listen.
It was a suicide attempt, nonetheless. That doesn't make it any.
Snowman and I are still friends.
There's the scandal.
Oh, you motherfucker!
There's the scandal.
Set me up, you son of a bitch.
There's a scandal. There's a scandal.
Kyle, this was attained from an independent news source. There was no bias here whatsoever.
You are a host.
I don't know what you're talking about. This was recorded. This was recorded at a local clan.
Bad enough that Mike Salim got me banned from Facebook for 24 hours.
Kyle, this audio. There is audio of this floating around, although I don't have it. Of you saying this at a Ku Klux Klan meeting.
I saw this on Facebook. You wrote this. You're trying to frame me, you son of a
bitch. No, I quoted it from audio. Kyle, there was also rumors that you attended a cross meeting later on in the night.
Okay, guys, this is my hangout. I'm going to act as a moderator. Okay, we're going to give Kyle 1 minute to speak on this, and then we'll give you a minute, Jack. I mean, okay, Kyle, just do your speaking.
Okay, I don't talk like that. I was, when I came in here, I never came in as a professional racist. If anything,
What?
We have some connection
issues. That's the Jack don't do. I really don't I understand this. I don't come on here to talking about racism. Ku Klux just not planning to deal with me. Yeah, you could say that. Oh, you've been calling banks and everybody. It may be true, but I'm just having fun.
But is having fun at the expense of someone else's race?
If you guys to take it at the end of the day, I'm not.
Can we get an
Okay,
interpreter?
So
Can we
okay,
get an
so what I
interpreter?
think Kyle is trying to say. Your minute is up, Kyle. But I think what Kyle is trying to say from that scrambled audio, I think he's trying to say he's just trying to have fun, and if we interpret it the wrong way, that's our fault. And that we can think whatever we want, but at the end of the day, we've misinterpreted it, and he means something else. That he's just having fun.
Correct. You are correct there, my friend.
See, I like to give people the food.
speaking, do I get my what did you say?
Oh yes,
minute?
you
Two
did get
minutes?
your minute. Sorry.
Okay, minute. Okay. Well, it's there are many things that you can misinterpret, misunderstand, get jumbled up in the speech or in the in processing. But I don't think saying white power and all these things is and this was reported at a Klan rally, keep in mind, is one of them. I think that's very hard to misconstrue. I think it's very hard to really misunderstand that. Although I may be wrong, but I think it's next to impossible, personally.
All right, I'll be honest. You want to know what I was doing before I joined? I was actually watching a Hangout.
Speaking to the Imperial Wizard.
You were watching the Hangout? Sorry,
He's
Kyle.
watching.
Said he was watching the Hangout.
Not this Hangout. We're so.
He was watching another Hangout, apparently.
Oh, he's watching a Jerry Hangout. Okay.
Oh, Jerry's doing a Hangout. Who's attending?
Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna address the chat here. There's some new people. Hangout guy Brandon is a retard from Brandon Campbell. I mean, I don't know. You two maybe have some things that you need to. I'm fair to all Hangout guys, even though he may not be in the election. I'm still fair. Hi Dorks from Kevin TV, whatever the bloody hell he is. All right, hello. Sean Savoy says hello, and he thinks that I am going to have his vote. Well, thank you, Sean Savoy. Thank you so very much.
I mean, I would say if I could cast 2 votes, my vote has already. In fact, I was the first person to actually cast a vote.
Yeah.
It already went to Jack.
Somebody have them hearing me.
Okay, and Big D Johnson,
Yeah,
Kyle.
Sega was going mad. He was down.
Wait, what did Sega do?
I guess Sega was supposed to go against Malik in some.
That sounds
And then
fun.
Malik left and attacking WJ, and he wished death on him, and then he started crying.
Wait, Kyle, wait. Malik wished death on WJ and then started crying?
No. Sega wished started crying.
I need to see this. Please PM me.
So Sega wished death on WJ and started crying. Do we have a why? Like why he's doing this?
Well, he might have meant Malik because they were feuding. He may not have wished death on WJ.
Mm-hmm.
Please clarify. He did. Kyle, it's like we're speaking to you, and like 2 seconds of every sentence gets out. It's hard.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right. Looking in the chat, Big D Johnson, Kyle and I have made peace. I can no longer say the double F word in the chat or I'm banned. What is the double F word? You're in this chat, so it doesn't matter. You're not going to get banned.
I would say foot
fetish. He said
foot fetish. Oh, okay. Now, here's one thing. Here's something about.
If he starts talking about it.
Wait, Kyle. You have good audio. Clarify. Was he talking to WJ or Malik, who he wished death on, and why did he start crying?
All right, he wished death on WJ, and he started crying because he was, I guess, like he's going through a lot. I guess he was saying, and
wait, is this the gay starting crying that a lot of people say? Oh, he started crying, and it may appear like he was starting crying, or could you see him on cam, or there are tears in his eyes, and yeah.
Cam, but some people were assuming that he was acting, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yourself, if you want. I don't know if he'll reply.
He's probably just acting, but I don't know why he'd do that.
No, I mean, as much as
I don't have the link to the Jerry Hangout.
Yeah.
Is this still going on, or is this hangout still going on, or is it over?
just Jerry and WJ talking. Still going on.
All right.
Okay.
Now, just going off of this, Big D Johnson, if he says something or he's banned. Now, what kind of censorship on this on the free speech is this? I mean, this should not be allowed. I mean, sure, you might
listen.
things may be said to you
Listen,
that you don't
I
like.
know what
That's
you're going
terrible. It sucks.
What you're going with right now. You're saying that I'm censoring free speech. Censoring free speech. When the first time we do it, the first go like time slide. Really, it's so annoying, man. You think I'm gonna let that slide, and people are gonna read that shit too. He inspired millions of actual while everybody else was asked the normal questions like, why? What's the
Well, I mean,
point?
here's what you can do. You maybe can throw out a disclaimer every hangout. I, Kyle Brachetto, do not have a foot fetish. This is just something that Big D Johnson says to get under my skin, or other people. There you go. That can
worked,
just
man.
be said.
You know what, Big D, you are the best troll ever because you actor my skill, my friend.
I think being
You're
the best
welcome.
troll, I think being something that's inherent in any good troll is not knowing that they're a troll. I hate when people say like I'm the best troll ever, because I think that to a point when a lot of people know that you're trolling,
I
or you're really
never
trolling,
said you were.
nobody
I never know. You just love.
suspects it, right?
You just love to piss people.
No, I'm not. No, I've just noticed that with a lot of people. They always claim I'm a great troll, but like immediately when I hear that, no matter what they say to try and get a reaction, I just don't bite because they're clearly just doing it to troll. You know, it's just weird.
It is what it is.
Okay, we're also going to bring this up. Jack J. Lewis. Sorry. As we all know.
Jack J. Lewis. How the fuck did he get to Smokey Dog before I did? Does he have a Twitter? Is that it?
Well, I mean, probably because you spent like 3 hangouts calling him a bald faggot.
Everybody else called him.
Yes, but does that mean it's like saying
not call him a bald faggot.
it's like the Hillary thing. If are you literally gonna vote for Hillary if like she just calls you a racist or an asshole? No. That's not gonna happen. Anyway, Jack J. Lewis.
Although I think the terms would be able to stick to Kyle more than they would given his past history and given the recent quotes that have come about.
Exactly. Jack J. Lewis, he says, the Mexicans are lucky. If it was up to me, I'd stop immigration altogether. That is a pretty extreme standpoint. I don't know, that's just me there.
Once again, I am an advisor to the Lewis campaign. I support the Lewis campaign.
Can you put some clarification on that? Because that's a pretty serious standpoint there.
Well, I would say that you have to look at the benefits and the negatives that immigration of all sorts brings you, and immigration from all areas brings you. And I think that you really do need to come to the conclusion of, is this place beneficial, and do we want these people here? And if you think that it's not exactly progressive, if it doesn't progress, if there's no chance that it will progress you into a better nation, then you should really consider changing your stance upon it. Or changing the policy. Now, if Mr. Lewis believes that that is the best step forward, then that is what he believes is the best step forward, and that's his personal belief.
I mean, I'm just starting a discussion about saying, oh, we should ban him. I mean,
Look,
I'm just saying.
I want to comment on something.
Okay.
The only person that I would deport is Mark Canales.
Okay. Hi. Kyle, Mark Canales doesn't want anything to do with you. Why are you still helping on him?
He hasn't even been in a hangout in like a really long time.
Literally, the only time he talks about Kyle is when he says, I don't like him, or he says, I don't want anything to do with him.
Canales, sensitive cunt. What have I done that was so wrong? I did nothing to him. He treats me like Luke Dog.
Okay. Anyway.
Did I rape anybody? No.
The thing is,
did I get people to strip? No. Have I? It's so many things.
Oh, here we go. Another thing of Kyle's wishy-washy behavior. Big D Johnson says, I'm the best troll. You said I was a failed troll yesterday. Either way, I'm not trolling. I'm just asking. So how do you respond to that, Mr. Kyle Bruschetto?
I was talking about Trevor Cooper being a failed troll.
Kyle, are we going to be getting a Hangout Guy Kyle Hangle out later on?
Because I can't send people the link because of that fucking idiot Mike Salim.
Wait,
I'm going
Kyle,
to hurt Mike Salim one of these days. I
Wait a
will
minute.
beat his ass.
Okay,
so
but
bad.
Kyle, when will you be getting your Facebook back?
Probably tomorrow.
No, we're having some more messages being... Kyle, if you want, for now on, I will go on everyone's vids and say Kyle does not have a foot fetish. He's willing to do this for you. He's willing to spread the word.
Just don't
Imagine
bring it up at
imagine you're just a random YouTuber and it just appears in your comments. Kyle does not have a rat because Kyle
all. No. That
doesn't even mean. Who the fuck's Kyle?
makes it worse because then that'll make people assume.
It'd be even fucking worse if he just commented, Kyle's a very good guy.
Kyle does not have a foot fetish, everyone. We're spreading this now on the Hangout Guy Sean channel.
Yeah, no, you need to spread it
I'm
all
fair
over
to my
the
constituents. I'm fair to my constituents.
But yes, Kyle, if you want, I and others will send the link out. Hello?
Fucking A.
Okay.
Yes, I'm still here. You.
Also, we're going another thing that Big D says. I'm serious though, Kyle. It does bug me that you want to censor me, even though I am repeating what you said live on a Hangout with Wrestling Jesus. But if you want people to forget, he will do that. I mean, he's willing to forgive and forget. If you are. Well, I mean, apparently it's reported that in a Wrestling Jesus Hangout, Kyle had allegedly said that he had a foot fetish. And Big D Johnson Big D Johnson.
I thought he was referring to the N-word thing.
Yeah. Big D Johnson is spreading the word, and he feels that, you know what, if he wants people to forget, he'll do that. I'm just saying.
He's misunderstood. He's misunderstood a foot fetish. I don't know what the fuck he's getting at. I need a lot of weird subs that WJ has. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Is Big D Johnson a sub of Wrestling Jesus? I mean, he probably is, because, you know, it's the YWC. Everyone's subscribed to Wrestling Jesus, or a majority are. Some good black tea and honey, so you get rid of that sore throat. We're gonna go into one of the other Alex. I'm gonna consider.
I think Kyle would prefer if that was white tea.
Oh. Okay, he's gonna leave. Kyle was asked if he would sniff Trap Queen's ass or smell Trap Queen's feet, and he clearly said that he would sniff Trap Queen's feet. Ask Wrestling Jesus. I mean, I'm gonna ask Wrestling Jesus for now and see. We're gonna get a live broadcast of this. I'm gonna screen share, folks. And we're gonna get this up. Looking at, wait, is Wrestling Jesus still Wrestling Jesus on or is it Cedric Jesus?
I think he deleted his Facebook, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get Righty.
But yes, it's Cedric.
I don't think he's on there now, so I'm just gonna ask Righty because Righty isn't a hangout with General. Actually, no. I'll just go to the General Jerry hangout.
Oh wait, he's in a hangout currently?
I'm pretty sure he is. Righty's in a hangout. He promised his services to General Jerry, and that's fair enough. I'm just gonna look at the General Jerry channel, see if he's live. Is there a second channel in General Jerry?
There's the EFED is Raw channel.
EFED is Raw. Okay. EFED is
either Raw or War. I don't know which.
I don't know. Oh, here we go. They're live now. I'm gonna ask in the chat because Wrestling Jesus is there. Okay.
Here, I will be back in a couple minutes.
If you're going in that hangout, could you get a confirmation?
About the I will certainly do that. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, because we need confirmation here. So that's where you have it, folks. I mean, this is just complete and utter it's lying, pretty much. It's lying to you, and I don't think that you deserve that. You don't deserve to be lied to. You deserve equal news on each candidate. And if Big G Johnson is telling the truth here, then I mean, what is Kyle hiding? Everyone has a weird thing. Everyone has weird fetishes. That I can respect that. But that's just the way it is. And Righty was there too, so maybe we can get a confirmation from Righty on this. We're going to be going on more of the candidates. I still consider Dewey a candidate. And look, there is still silence. Broken microphone, no hangouts. There's nothing. And hangout guy, Jack Lewis, just nothing. Nothing, as always. I mean, what, like, I don't know. I'm a hangout guy. I expect hangouts, and there's no hangouts from Jack Lewis, and there's no hangouts from, there's no hangouts from Dewey. And that's just not indicative of a great. Okay, we're gonna be screen sharing this this chat here of the other eFed. eFed is raw, and we're trying to get confirmation here. All right, so they're talking about Alan right now, and we're trying to get confirmation on this wrestling Jesus thing. I'm sorry, folks, that you cannot hear this. We're gonna get some more talking points under here. This cold is bad. Yeah. Kyle quotes. Speaking of Kyle quotes, we're gonna go on more of this Kyle channel. Kyle Bruschetto. Here we go. I mean, look at this. This is more indicative behavior. Why are there so many chimpanzees running around on YouTube? I mean, we got Alucard over here, for fuck's sakes, lying for views, and he can't even speak properly. There needs to be more gorillas and less chimpanzees here. Now, that is just ridiculous in itself. I mean, how can he say that? I mean, is that indicative behavior of who you want as a hangout guy? I don't think so. And he, under his own you know, under all this stuff, he is just lying to you, and I don't think you guys deserve that at all. I'm gonna try and get some in here. If I can invade another here. Sorry, folks. I okay. Sorry, folks. We we had some technical difficulties and some things we had to get through, some loops we had to jump through, some hoops, hoop turns. We have to jump through there. We're trying to get an admittance. We're trying to get an admittance over here. Sorry, I'm trying to get some backstories and some leaks into the story of Kyle has a foot fetish. I mean, it may be true, it may be not true. Who knows? Big D Johnson, my right-hand man right now, he is going to be going the WJ Classics and pulling up the clip of Kyle saying that. And he's willing to upload it on his page, so thank you, Big D Johnson. I'm saying right now that Kyle does not have a foot fetish. But if this finds out, if this becomes true, if he does, if it is confirmed that he did say this, I mean, what can I do? I mean, what can I say? I mean, it can only be nothing but true. I mean, we're trying to look. Kyle apparently is on a banning spree now for people who are saying the F word, which I'm guessing is foot, or foot fetish. And this is not this is not indicative of a guy you want as a hangout guy. I'm sorry. I mean, this is just not professional at all. I mean, I'm someone who is willing to come out with a cold, a sore throat, and willing to just keep moving forward. All right, we have a apparently they're not saying Kyle's name. Okay, we're gonna look at the traction that my hangout candidate video is going to be getting. Well, is getting 6 views in 1 hour. You got more on my main channel, of course. The only candidate left to promote his campaign is Coil. That is a comment from Gooby and Bears Lives Matter, of course. But are we going to get a campaign video from Kyle? Because right now he doesn't seem to be taking this election with a grain of salt. He's taking it with a grain of salt. And do you want that? Like, do you want that in a hangout guy? Someone who just does nothing but take you people and everyone else with a grain of salt. I don't know if you can. And that's not what I'm a fan of, folks. I'm a fan of someone who is dedicated and someone who wants to do nothing but provide the best hangouts for all of you. And this guy's just just sitting back in his own leisure, hoping that his popularity and his endorsement from Hugo Ferrero, even though it wasn't really an endorsement, is going to get him through this election. And that's just lazy. And I'm trying not to do that. Hi, everybody. What are you drinking, Mr. Sean? I am drinking some nice black tea and honey, as I have a very bad sore throat. I'm a tea man. I'm not a coffee man. I'm an iced coffee man. Iced coffee is nice. And coffee with a bit of caramel in it, because I'm a sweet tooth, just like I am sweet to all my fans. But we are trucking through. Like, you thought it was black, you probably thought it was Coke. I'm not one of those people that drinks Coke out of a coffee cup or a teacup. I'm just not that type of guy. maybe out of a mug, because why not? I'm not a tea or coffee man. Really? Mr. Jack Lewis is not a tea or coffee man. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own tea or coffee opinion. But if I had to pick one, I'd just pick tea. I don't really drink tea on the daily. I only drink it when I have a sore throat, like I do now. But Jack Lewis, how do you? I mean, I might send you a link. If you, like, would you join if I sent you the link, Mr. Lewis? Just looking for an opinion here. Well, not an opinion, Nance. Exactly. It is your prerogative. All right. All right. We have confirmation here, folks. It's confirmation here. I'm gonna send the link to Jack Lewis right now. I have the link. I can't show it. Okay. Well, how do you feel? Okay, Jackson. That's fair enough. How do you feel about the fact that Kyle is just treating this election just in the slightest, just like with the grain of salt? How do you feel that he's not really giving the Hangout Guy voters something to vote for? Sorry, pardon me. But while Jack Lewis does release his statement, we have some confirmation here. We have some confirmation here from Righty. We're getting the screenshot here. Wait, wrong screenshot. Right here. Righty, is it true that Kyle said he would sniff Trap Queen's feet in a WJ Hangout? And here's what we have. We have a yes. And apparently, I'm looking at this. Here we go. Apparently, we're screen sharing again. I mean, look at this. Apparently, Kyle has admitted. There we go. Kyle has admitted that he has a foot fetish on the E-Fetish Raw Malik X versus Alan Live. Watch it, folks, if you can. See if this is a true admittance, because right now, I mean, it is not looking good for the Hangout Guy, Kyle, in any way. I mean, just the fact that he is saying that he is a liar. The fact that he's saying that he is a liar, Big D Johnson, when he's been doing nothing but saying what Kyle said in a Kyle hangout. I mean, no, in a WJ hangout. I mean, what the hell? What is this? And we're also getting some stuff from Jack Lewis regarding Kyle taking this campaign with a grain of salt. It's disgraceful and incredibly undermining to all other candidates and to the great voters in the Hangout Guy election. The fact that anyone would consider voting for this monster is horrible. That is indeed true. Have you managed to look at my my campaign video, just looking at the monstrous behavior of Kyle Bruschetto? Because it's certainly not a positive light on Kyle Bruschetto, because he is my main opponent and he was once a good friend, but friends turned enemies very quickly, and he has turned into one during this election. You have no idea how long I've been waiting to do that. It is it's a relief to have some honey tea when you have a terrible throat. Malik X-Man. Big D Johnson looking for an apology. And you know what? He deserves one for all the banning and for all the timeouts that he's managed to put him in. Yeah, exactly. Because if anything, Jack Lewis is the least amount of defects. The only thing is he hasn't done Hangouts. And now, while that is not really indicative of a Hangout guy, I mean, he hasn't really done Hangouts lately. I'm saying since the selection cycle or since the introduction of the election concept, he hasn't done one. And while I'm not a fan of that in general, I am a fan of to see what he will bring in the future of Hangouts, because I think that he could bring out the big dogs. I mean, he brought out Smokey Dog, and that is just, I mean, what else can you say? I mean, that's just an impressive endorsement, I should say. All in all, it's impressive the fact that he managed to get. And Kyle is shocked at this fact. Oh, how did he get Smokey Dog before I did? Like, again, I'm gonna reiterate this. Probably because you called him a bald faggot for 3 episodes. Oh, expect a hangout in the coming days and more when I do become a Hangout guy. Now that is where we have a bit of a a bit of a dark area in where we stand, as I am going to become the Hangout guy. There's no question in it. And I mean, come on, Jack Lewis. I mean, It's definitely gonna be interesting because we're both new channels. We're both starting up. We're both coming into his own thing. Hangout guy Kyle is just resting on, I have 140 subscribers or whatever the hell he is. But the funny thing is that I started my Hangout channel. Let's look at this. Actually, we're gonna look at some statistics. So let's let's go with Google Chrome, sure. All right, so we're gonna go. Oh wait, that's right. There's no channel button here. Some subscriptions. No, my channel. Okay. So we're gonna look at. Where's my history? There's no startup date. There's no about. No, that's the wrong one. Whoopsie. I don't know. I'm trying to look at my start. Sorry. Trying to look up a startup date, and I'm not sure. It's very early. I guess I should say like 2 months. 2 months ago. Let's just go with that rough. Oh, no, there you go. My first video is my there we go. 4 weeks ago. So 1 month ago. 1 month ago, started this channel. Oh, I'm trying to look for the Hangout Guy Kyle channel. Okay, the Carver, that's right, Carver Shadow channel does not exist. Hangout in memory. I have to search up for the Hangout in memory Wrestling Jesus, because otherwise I just can't find this channel, which is really weird. Here we go. About. Let's look at the about, folks. Now, he joined December 9th, 2014, and he only has 189 subscribers. I joined 1 month ago. Sorry, my mouse is playing up. But I joined 1 month ago, and I already have 38. I mean, if you're looking at the gain of subscribers, and I've only joined a month ago, and he's been on here for 2 years, I mean, what can you expect in terms of growth? I'm only trying to be as fair as I can be, but if he's gonna pull out the numbers and pull out statistics, well, guess what? I mean, I have more of a chance of growing more in terms of subscribers and viewership than you will in a very long time, in a very long while. No, that's only the facts. It's only the facts that I can provide to everyone. I mean, we're just looking at statistics here for anyone new who is joining, and the fact that HangoutGuy Kyle is going to cast off saying, "Oh, I have 184 subscribers," but he's been on for 2 years. Yet I've been on for a month and I'm already at 38. Can you really look at the statistics and say that he has a better chance of growing if he's been on here for 2 years and I've only been on for a month? I mean, it's ridiculous to think that he can just cast off and kick back his heels when really he's really just casting off of nothing, because it can change over 6 months. If I keep growing and he just keeps staying at where he is in these next 6 months, well, I'm going to have more subscribers. And that's just fact. And I'd love to get some wrestling staying in here. Maybe he will join. Let's see. Let's see what we can get. The change in tone is very the change in tone is drastic. And I'm trying to look for, did Wrestling Snowman get taken off of did he get taken off of YouTube? I mean, off of Facebook? Pretty much they're apparently they're addressing Kyle's quote in the Jerry Hangout. And you know what? It is lies. It truly is lies. The fact that Kyle's saying, "Oh, what? Look, I didn't say that. I didn't say hail white, blah blah blah, and this and that." But I mean, look at this. But I mean, the fact that he can deny that he said this when, I mean, it's there. It's in cold, hard evidence. White power, hail victory, hail the United States of America, and hail the white race. Ku Klux Klan will rise again to heights unseen. And we'll deport all of these freeloading and words, communists, Jews, and blacks back to the jungle their ancestors crawled out of. I mean, how can you deny this when it is in cold, hard evidence that you said this? I mean, you can't deny that you said it when it's in cold, hard evidence that you did.
Gerald's birthday today. I'll just see.
But yeah, folks. I mean, cold hard evidence again. Cold hard evidence. Carl Buscetto said this, and again, if your memories have been frayed, because mine has, because I'm a very tired person with very bad cold. Look at this. He denied and denied and denied over and over and over again, and then look, right, a man who was in the hangout. He was in the hangout at WJ. Who was in WJ Hangout. He says this. He said it. Can you really, like, I just want to know how much longer Carl Buscetto was going to lie for. Because we've already seen the interruptiveness of Carl Buscetto. We've already seen the racism. We've already seen the cold-heartedness and the change of heart, the switch, the wishy-washy, the behavior that he puts forward. And the fact that he keeps lying and putting this forward, I mean, how can we expect him to be any more truthful and any more trustworthy in this upcoming election? I don't know, folks. It's scary. But anywho, yeah. So we can only hope that. I'll say I want to bring this forward as well. The Bears Lives Matter movement. It's strong, and it's pushing forward every day. Gooby using his movie star status, to bring forward this movement of Bears Lives Matter, and it matters a lot. I mean, they matter more than anybody. Like it's big. I mean, it's a great movement. More people need to get behind it. And Carl Buscetto's not getting behind it. The person I can see getting behind it is Jack Lewis, which is why Jack Lewis is a great candidate. And I'm very grateful to be competing against him as an adversary, as an opponent. But the fact that Kyle is putting forward this behavior again, it's awful, and it's not indicative of a good hangout guy. I believed in Big D Johnson all this time, and look, Kyle admits it finally. Kyle is the one who hasn't made a campaign video yet. He's being lazy, I think. He is being lazy. Thank you, Gooby. And I hope that all of you can believe in me. When it comes to voting day, when it comes to election day, and you're looking to cast a vote, I hope that I can be the one that you vote for.
That's true. What's your warranty?
And look at this. Kyle is going on record right now in saying that he does not need to put any effort into the selection. I mean, what is that? I mean, how indicative is that of a hangout guy? Maybe Gooby has a point here. Kyle is too busy in his double life. During the day, he's a nice Jewish boy preparing for Hanukkah, and by night, he is a grand wizard of the KKK. You know what? I have no problem believing that. Yeah, that's right. That's right. On the hangout. Okay. That's right. General Jerry, Hangout Guy Jerry, Hangout Guy Jerry, Jerry Fennel goes on record right now. He's supporting Hangout Guy Sean. There you go. Hangout Guy Sean's getting endorsements all over. I just got Hangout Guy Jerry. Jerry's endorsement. I mean, no one can vote for Kyle. No one can vote for Kyle because guess what? He's not putting any effort in. And if he's not going to put any effort in, then guess what? He's not getting endorsements. And I just got one from Jerry.
That's pretty much how it is. I've lost a lot of friends in the last couple of years, and I always had to be like a strong person, always the guy who's like the rock. Sucks. Like, no one understands how, I'm sure there are people, obviously, the rock, but solid people, guys have to be strong and brave, and God forget how much pain people go through. But, you have to do that. I mean, you can never show any emotions. You have to be a strong person for everybody else. And I just this for 2 years.
Yeah, we got a support from Jerry Fennel.
And I lost another friend.
Can we get more than that? I don't know if you can.
I actually was able to let go.
Okay, so
One of my closest friends.
okay, so Sega's just in there talking or whatever the hell he's saying whatever he's saying something about, oh, this is why I broke down. I don't know why. I'm not going to put myself into that because I'm only interested in the Hangout Guy election. Because why should I get myself involved in all these other problems and all these other commotions when I don't need to? I'm only focused on my Hangout Guy election. I will be there to help my supporters in any way that I can. But I'm not going to get involved in this other drama with the Segas and the Maleks and the Allens and the what have yous. Speaking of the Great War, I'm going to be getting an endorsement soon enough, possibly. It's dependent on some factors. But I'm just looking at what I can muster. So pretty much, I'm getting some endorsements. I'm trying to get. I just got Hangout Guy Kyle. I just got Jerry to endorse my channel. You can't get better than that. I think you can't possibly. Well, maybe you can't. We're all equal. I'm going to say that we are all equal as Hangout Guy people. And I think that we're going to keep going forward and we're going to keep marching forward in terms of Hangout Guy popularity and Hangout Guy stardom, because I will be the #1 Hangout Guy at the end of the day. I've got an endorsement from Jerry. We've got a bunch of character evidence on Kyle and why you should not vote for him in this upcoming election. And Jack Lewis, I mean, hey, it's going to be a great competition, but at the end of the day, you still have no Hangouts. It's just the way it is. Again, I'm not going to say anything that's going to get into too much hot water, but at the end of the day, again, nothing. No Hangouts. No Hangouts, broken microphones everywhere, and racism, interruptiveness, all this stuff is happening in front of your very eyes. And I'm just trying to open up a new light to those who are just coming into the election, those who are just coming into this Hangout, to see the bad side of Kyle and to see the bad side of a lot of candidates, but also see the good, because I can appreciate Kyle with his unique style of Hangouts, and I can appreciate Hangout Guy Jack Lewis for the effort that he's putting into this election. So, okay, so apparently Kyle wants to play with PS4, and that's a little weird because apparently PS4 is a live human, and that's a little weird. Okay, sorry, dead air. I was just somehow managed to lose control. No, I lost control. But this is interesting stuff today. Hangout Guy election and Hangout Guy Kyle. This is crazy stuff. I mean, it only shows the future of what this election is going to bring out in all of my constituents, all of my opponents. And it's going to be an interesting one. That's all I can say. I mean, maybe not in terms of Kyle. I mean, our goal is only to meet Kyle's subscribership and his viewership in terms of equaling that ground. I think that should be very easy over this 6-month period if he's just going to sit back, lays back, do nothing, but just hangouts with no topics and nothing. I mean, we covered all the topics right now, but right now we're just sitting back and waiting to see if Kyle does say anything in this Hangout Guy, in this Jerry Channel Hangout. I mean, so apparently Sega just like flipped his lid at Wrestling Jesus. I don't know why Sega is being so pent up. This is weird. This is just, it's crazy, folks. I don't know what else I can say. It's crazy what this election has brought out in people. And I don't know if what's happening. Just a lot of drama, a lot of yelling, a lot of screaming. It's just, I just don't know what to say. And you know what? That's the thing with Kyle. He just likes to sit there on the sidelines. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, folks. It's gonna be an interesting election. That's all I can say. I don't know, folks. This is just, it's all too much. The Hangout Guy election is a lot too much. This has not been the most entertaining couple of 30 minutes, and I mean, it's an interesting turnout, this election. The fact that we've had a lot from Kyle saying that he doesn't need to put any effort into this election, and that he hasn't even gained, he hasn't even gained an endorsement. He had Hugo Ferrer as a guest, but he did not give his endorsement. All right, y'all. You know what? I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna end this hangout. But all I can say is, who are you gonna vote for? Because right now, all the character evidence is leading that you will vote for someone who gives you hangouts and someone who will give you something in terms of entertainment, in terms of who can get endorsements, and that's Hangout Guy Sean right now. Thank you, folks, for tuning in, and I shall see you soon.